Okay, we're the Crops Committee, and this is our State of the Farm, our first one, and my name is Leighton Negro.
I'm Ryan Lightnick.
I'm Sean Muller. Brian Round.
Brennan Triplett.
Devin Murray. And this is our presentation. To the agenda. First thing we're going to talk about is our current status, and then we're going to go on to the strengths. Devin's going to be doing the current status, correct? No. Ryan's going to be doing the current status. I apologize. Strengths, Sean will be doing. Weaknesses, Devin will be doing. Short-term goals, Brian will be doing. And Brennan will finish up with.
Alright, so currently we have all of our corn seed paid for and divvied up on where we're going to plant it and all that stuff. We do have our soybean seed picked out, but we have not paid for it yet, so that's got to be paid for. Fertilizer has been ordered and has to be applied yet. It was not applied last fall because the co-op ran out of fertilizer, so we had to pay that over the spring. And that is not paid for yet either. So we do have the bid price for it, so the price is not going to change or anything like that. Like it says, fall class made a detailed order of the detailed crop holder, so we know where all of our crops are going to be. We have our break-even prices here after we figured out from the Ag Decision Maker. We just used their templates here to kind of figure out what we got. And we figured it was $367 on corn and $996 on beans.
Okay, so the strengths of our farm. Planting maps, one of our major strengths is we made updated planting maps and kind of Greg knows the stuff, and it kind of went through and said exactly what corn they bought, where they're going to plant it, and what fields it should go in. Just kind of helps give us a good guideline, kind of tell us everything we need to know. The updated information helps keep our decision making. The farm committee took advantage of the prepaid discounts for the corn. The P&K have been booked for this spring. Let's take advantage. And I guess kind of another strength is the 2010 test plot. It seemed to be up to date, it was done right, and everything was accomplished in a timely manner. Just kind of stood up for us. And we also have GPS. We haven't actually used it yet. We have it at our disposal once we learn it. And I guess that'd be another strength as well.
Some weaknesses. We had a poor yield map data last fall. We're short on bushels, and that's why I kind of remarked it a little bit. It says we're up about 10 to 15% above or below what we're supposed to have in each field, and it's field dependent, so we're kind of going through trying to figure out which one they were screwed up on. The card is actually in the combine, which is not here, it's in the beta, and so we need to go get that card sometime and read it and see how far up we actually are. No fertilizer has been applied yet, like Brian said. We got it all ordered. We should need to keep on the co-op about putting it on first. It's expensive this year because our soil tests are pretty low, and so we're trying to do a build-up program to get our soil tests back up a little higher. And I guess another weakness is we have no technology experience on these SMS mobiles, which we are trying to get more background, see how useful they are for our farm here. We kind of figure out they're useful for the summer program, because they have to do a lot of crop scouting, and if we have more of these, we can have less people per one, so you can get more fields covered in a day. So that's kind of where we are with that right now.
Okay, for short-term goals, we've already met once with Phil Manning, discussed about getting fertilizer put on, and pricing and everything. Again, we got all this new technology with the mobile units and stuff that we're not really familiar with, so we need to get how to use them and get some training with that. And just to get acquainted with the farms that we have between the owned and rented and everything else. Get the test plot all planned out, and the target planning dates and stuff, so we can meet those market groups' needs.
Some of our long-term goals are obviously looking at tile options. Last year they had like 45 to 50 inches of average rainfall down here. Obviously tile probably wasn't going to help that issue, but on a normal year they said that there's a couple fields that the issue is there for tile. We need to look into that. They just said that in their future goals, so that's something we need to look out and maybe scout this spring, say where can we put tile and what fields. We need to plan out our short season to fill that October contract. I think it's 103 to 104 day corn in this part of the state. Shouldn't be a problem unless we have a bad growing degree days or a wet summer, wet spring, wet fall, something along those lines. We need to update our test plot planner. They said something in there that they had some issues with it. It's only a 6-row, which is perfect. They said if they had some problems with it, we might look into it, maybe go over with the machinery, just retool it before we go out. And I don't know, we only have 24 varieties, so it's not a big deal. But we need to develop SMS Mobile for maybe soil sampling in the future. That's what our handy little tools are for. We only have 2 of them. We're going to try to figure that out for the maybe be huge class activity in the future. And we need to raise fertilizer levels. That was a big issue. I know 2 years in a row they decided not to put on very much fertilizer because we were getting good yields, and that really hurt us last year when we sat down and talked to Joe Manning. We were below, I think, county averages. Obviously, a lot of the nitrogen leached away with all the rain we had, but it was pretty disappointing. We're in the building program. We're putting quite a bit of fertilizer on or corn ground going to bean, and bean going to corn, obviously, more than what you usually see, which is a good thing. Another thing we might need to look at in the future is more intensive test plot. We don't do anything with soybeans because it's a tough transition. We're all doing finals. We're all getting out of here. Usually, most of us are graduating. They haven't really looked into doing beans. We're just doing strictly corn. And we thought about maybe doing some more intensive corn, maybe population counts, things like that. So, is there any questions?
You guys said you didn't put the fertilizer on last fall. Did they have it bought, or did you guys just have to buy it?
It was all paid for. They just couldn't get. They just the co-op couldn't get any.
So did we have to pay it?
It wasn't
Wasn't
paid
paid
for.
for.
We just had a bid in order.
Oh,
They just ran out. There's a problem on their side now.
We got the fall price though?
Yeah,
we've got cheapest
so
price in the year.
everything's set for us.
Was there any talk of lime? I didn't hear if you said anything about lime. When they put
When we went over the maps, they have all the updated soil maps. When Joe talked about it, he said it wasn't a big. I'm not from here.
He said
it wasn't a big issue.
this area they don't put much lime on, so they don't have to worry about it.
After this little thaw gets done here and probably freeze back up again, I would imagine it's Iowa. Are we going to push them to get back out there?
We're going to push them first day they can go. We're going to have he set
Okay.
his goal to get them out here one of the first days. We want to get ours done first.
Okay, well, I was thinking like in the next couple of weeks, you know, when we freeze. It's supposed to start to get cooler again this weekend, and
We
open
were
it up
probably
to
going to
get
wait
back
till
out
ground
there.
thaws.
He said that if the majority of the snow cover gets off and it freezes back up, and they can get out there, and there won't be much compaction. So they thought they could spread if they got a good couple, 2 or 3 weeks, they could get done. All the stuff they had to do.
Depends on the weather, like you said. Doesn't matter. Jared?
My question's for you guys and probably machinery too, but is it justifiable to have another planter just to put in a test plot?
trading, we'd trade the 6 row for an 8 row. Instead of having, I didn't know if that's what you meant. Did you mean getting
So
3
right now,
planters?
do we have one planter or 2
We have
planters?
2. We have a 6 row for test for smaller areas.
So is it justifiable to have a 6 row planter sitting around just to put in a test plot?
I don't know.
It's been paid for. I mean, it's not like we're paying on it.
I don't know.
But
Relatively low maintenance, what we've heard so far. Just low maintenance on it so far.
I don't know what the problems they were. What problems did they say they had?
I think they just had planters, seed placement problems, but that's an old planter.
It's a 7,000 John Deere. It's not going to be perfect. So I don't know if we need to, but
Is it
we can be
beneficial
looked at.
for us to actually do population
Well, it depends
test
on
plots?
how you want to go about it.
Because
You
if
want
it's
to
not, we
spend
don't
more
know
time
where
on
it's
the plot, you want a planter to do it with. Then we can take up the planter to be planting field, so we can do that instead of plotting. Kind of depends on how much plot work you want to do.
aren't there enough Indians around here that we ought to be able to put in and have 5 people sitting there helping put in a plot to put in 23 numbers in a plot? It shouldn't take that long when you got.
No, it shouldn't take that long. No.
I'm just curious.
Is there a reason why we're doing so much more corn and beans? Because we're not feeding any of the corn?
I think prices were better at that time.
At the time, they thought it would be more profitable, and I think it still is. But that's what I
Right now,
think.
beans dropped 40 cents today, so I mean, the general profitable right now.
How many different hybrids of corn do we plant?
I don't know. Just
Different
different companies.
5 different companies. See how many hybrids. And 5 different companies doesn't seem to.
What companies?
AgriGold, Golden Harvest, Astro, like I said, beans, Pioneer, and Stein.
Do you guys know the maturity on what you guys are going to plant?
104 to 111. Anywhere in between.
I'm going to recommend looking into 105-day smart stacks for this area. Same. They proved in Marshall County, 1 county over. And Montana's supposed to be lowering the price on smart stacks, what they claim.